Hey everybody, Jeff Howard here, your Las Vegas Realtor. Let's talk about real estate investing. I had a client call me a couple of days ago and he said, Jeff, shouldn't I own a fourplex instead of a single family investment property? Because that way, if one of my units is vacant, then the other 3 units can help me pay the mortgage. Well, that logic makes a certain amount of sense, but let me see if this will make a little bit more sense to you. Every investment property has a vacancy factor, and when doing your pro forma on residential real estate, I always recommend that you take into account a 10% vacancy factor. So let's say that you've got a single family home and it's vacant 10% of the year, so 1.2 months of the year. And by the way, if you've got a great property manager, and that is a conversation for another post, but you shouldn't have too many 1.2 month vacancies. But a lot of tenants do move out every year. They move to one place, they live there for a year, they move out, whatever the case. But aren't you going to have that in the fourplex also? So unit 1 empties out in January and it's vacant for 1.2 months, and then unit 2 happens to vacate in March for 1.2 months, and then your unit 4, yes, I skipped because we don't know what order they're going to go in, is vacant for 1.2 months in September, and then come November, your unit 3 is vacant for 1.2 months. Well, didn't you have 1.2 months of vacancy? And as a responsible investor, you should have cash reserves. So whether that 1.2 months of vacancy or that 10% of vacancy happened because everybody moved out and everybody moved in, or it's spread out over the month, you should have some money set aside, at least 3 months of reserves. Actually, lenders want to see 6 months of reserves to combat those problems. So, should I get a fourplex instead of a single family because of the vacancy factor? The answer is no. Now, should you get a fourplex instead of a single family? If it makes more sense as an investment, that's great. But there's a lot of great single family properties in the Las Vegas Valley that are great investments too. So, you know, let's just make responsible investing decisions and build that portfolio for you. Hey, listen, make it a great day.